Let me tell you a story about a boy from Brooklyn, someone who stared hardship in the face and refused to blink. His name, Howard Schultz. And if you've ever sipped a caramel macchiato at Starbucks, you already know how the story ends. But it's the beginning that matters most. Howard grew up in a cramped apartment sharing a bedroom with his siblings. His dad worked rough jobs, truck driver, factory hand, until one day an injury ended it all. No job, no health insurance. I want you to imagine being a kid and watching your hero break, not because of weakness, but because the world was stacked against him. That was Howard's reality. But here's where it gets powerful. Howard didn't let that pain define him. He used it as fuel. Through grit and determination, he earned a college football scholarship. It wasn't glamorous, but it was his ticket out. Now, fast forward. Howard lands a job at a coffee equipment company. One day he visits a little coffee shop in Seattle, Starbucks. It's tiny, but the passion, massive. He saw more than coffee beans. He saw community, he saw possibility. So he begged for a job until they let him in. But Howard's vision was bigger than anyone could imagine. He wanted Starbucks to be more than a store, to be a place where people connect, like the Italian coffee bars he'd seen on a trip to Milan. People told him to stick to selling beans. They said, "That'll never work here." But Howard wouldn't back down. When the founders resisted, he hustled, pitching his dream to more than 200 investors before finally buying the company. Here's the best part. Howard never forgot where he came from. Remember his dad's struggles? That's why he gave healthcare benefits to every Starbucks employee, full and part-time. He built a company on compassion, not just coffee. So what's the lesson? Resilience, innovation, empathy. Howard Schultz didn't let circumstances define him. He defined himself. If you're struggling, if your dream feels wild, remember this. You don't need permission to dream big. You don't need a perfect start. You just need the courage to keep going. As Howard says, in life, you can't let anyone or any circumstance define you. You have to define yourself. That's how a kid from Brooklyn changed the way the world drinks coffee.